What's going on, YouTube world? My name is Jerome. This is my first ever YouTube video, and I'm here to review Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 1, Episode 1. Welcome to Miami. So, we start this show off with introduction to Amara La Negra. I suck at rolling my R's right about now. But she's 100% Dominican. Her mom, Anna, moved to the U.S. 20 years ago. Um, Amara right now is trying to cross over into the American market, so I'm assuming she's been doing music in the Spanish market, much like Anais from Love and Hip Hop New York. You can clearly see that Amara is very, very close to her mother, and I love that. And I also love about Amara that she is, she's in touch with her black side. She loves who she is, and I love that about her. I love her chocolate skin. I love her afro. I love everything about her, and I hope that she doesn't. I hope that she sticks to that and doesn't change who she is for anyone. And with her trying to cross over to the American market, she meets up with this old douchebag, asshole ass nigga, Young Hollywood. He is a complete fucking idiot. Like, what the fuck? So when she meets up with him, she meets him with her mom, and he was immediately turned off by her with that, which I thought that was kind of cool that she brought her mom to the meeting with her. In most settings, people bring their managers with them, but Amara decided to just bring her mom along to get a feel for him. And then I don't know. I don't even remember half of what Young Hollywood said because he name dropped a lot of people, and I just stopped paying attention to the nigga at that point. Um, my whole big thing with Young Hollywood was when he met up with Amara in the studio, and she came in there, and they were talking about. He was talking to her about her look, how he likes to be hands on with his artists and everything, which is cool. You be hands on with the artists, give them artist development, teach them, proper etiquette for everything. But when it comes down to it, don't sit here and tell this girl, she's too Afro Latina and stuff like that, that her Afro is, whatever is wrong with her Afro. I think that's fucking bullshit. I think that's stupid as fuck, first and foremost. Like, he talking about she's too much Macy Gray, and he wants to be a little bit more Beyonce. But let's go back to Beyonce when she was in Austin Powers and Goldmember. The bitch was wearing a big ass afro. So my nigga, chill out with that shit. Like, let the girl be her. That's who she is. I'm so tired. You just see this shit so much in the music industry. That's why people now have the self-esteem issues that they have because of niggas like him that tell you, oh, you're not beautiful. You need to lighten your skin. You need to straighten your hair. You need to do all this kind of shit. You don't need to do that to fit in. And I love that she is not willing to change who she is at all just to, work with him. And I absolutely love that about Amara. And Amara, keep that mentality, baby girl, and you'll go far. And actually, I think Amara's going to be my favorite character. I originally thought it would be Trina, which I still love Trina, but I see that I'm going to really, truly love Amara. So next we'll move on to Gunplay. Gunplay has moved down to Miami from Atlanta, which we all saw him on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season, whatever, last season of Love and Hip Hop. He has his girlfriend Kiara with him. Gunplay is also an artist that is signed to Rick Ross, which I didn't know about Gunplay until we actually saw him on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta last season. Um, he also informed us that he was facing a life sentence in jail, and that helped him change his life around, dramatically, which we'll see if it, as we see in the trailer, that he falls back on some of his demons, which I'm assuming is drugs and stuff like that, but we'll see how that plays out later on in the season. Um, he actually introduces us to his girlfriend again, Kiara. He tells us that she is from Chicago and that she's been shot 3 times. And when he says she was shot 3 times, I'm like, God damn, bitch, you've been shot that many times? And then he's talking about how bad she is. I'm like, bad as in good looking or bad as in her body looks fucked up? Because I was just looking at her butt and her tits, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just like, ew, that's not really that bad. But she is pretty in the face, but as far as that body, not even what it do. And then, while we are on the subject of Gunplay, he met up with Trick Daddy. And let's talk about how Trick Daddy look. Man, that nigga look like he is casket ready in that interview and all over the scene. Like, his face is just, God, my nigga, you ain't aging well at all. Like, what the fuck? So Gunplay and Trick meet up to talk about some stuff. Trick informs us that he and Trina are doing a TNT album, which I'm actually looking forward to hearing some music from Trick Daddy and Trina. And then Trick also was talking about how he wanted to do some music with Gunplay for the TNT album, and he was talking about how people copy the Miami style, and he doesn't want to work with artists that are not truly, I guess, from the Miami style and stuff like that. Which I respect that. All right, so next we're going to move on to Shay Bucky Johnson and Pleasure P. With Shay Johnson, I'm tired of her, to be honest with you. This girl, we saw her first on Flavor of Love 2. Then we saw her on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Scrappy. And now we see her here with Pleasure P. Like, my nigga, you just hop from nigga to nigga to nigga. And I'm, like I said, I'm just sick of seeing this girl. She really annoys the fuck out of me. She tells us that she and Pleasure P have been in a relationship for 2 years, and that it's been long distance because he's been doing this and he's been doing that, and now she's finally moving down to Miami to be with him. And I was like, when she said he was on tour, I'm like, girl, what tour and who went to that tour? I didn't know nothing about Pleasure P. I hadn't even heard anything from Pleasure P since Under. Like, okay, that was the last time I heard anything from Pleasure P, and I think that was 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so then we finally see Pleasure Pete. He tells us his whole record, and then he tells us about Pretty Ricky and how he's putting his band back together to do a tour and to do an album. And I'm sitting there like, nigga, who asked for an album and who asked for a tour? That's just like Lil Fizz from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood with the B2K stuff. Nobody was checking for B2K. Nobody wants a B2K album. Nobody wants a B2K tour. Just like nobody wants a Pretty Ricky album and a Pretty Ricky tour. Keep that bullshit, my nigga, because we ain't feeling it. Um, so hold on. So we get the whole backstory about why Pretty Ricky broke up, which I actually remember all that shit, seen it in the blogs, and it was some fucked up ass shit that they were talking about with each other. Um, so Pretty Ricky, they Pleasure P, Slickum, Spectacular, and Baby Blue, they all meet up. Immediately when they meet up, Baby Blue is on 10, and I'm like, why is this nigga already on 10? Talking about he wrote this and this and that for Pleasure P, and and I was just confused about the whole situation. Them arguing and going back and forth, and then they talking about getting to the music. I'm like, again, who asked for an album from you guys, and who asked for a tour? I mean, your music was good. Y'all had some good hits, but not that good for us to want a new album and a new tour from you niggas. Like, get the fuck nah, pass. And so they have a little showcase, and Shay shows up to the showcase, talking about, oh, she only showed up to support Pleasure P. He's the only one that can make the group, whatever. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Shay, but last time we heard from Pleasure P, he was doing Under. That was 2009. He ain't had a hit since then. So no, he's right there with his band members. Ain't nobody checking for him, and want nobody checking for them. So calm your ass down, and hell, ain't nobody checking for you because you ain't got no talent or nothing. All you do is just go from reality show to reality show. So again, chill out. And looking at Baby Blue, that nigga look like a fat ass, sparkly ass pinata that you find at one of those corner Mexican stores. I'm like, God damn. When I was looking at them on stage, I'm like, who asked for the out of shape ass Golden Girls to be on TV? Who asked for a tour from the out of shape Golden Girls? Like, they looked out of breath. They looked tired. Like, nah. Please stop letting New Edition and Escape Gas y'all niggas up. Any more boy bands or girl groups out there that want to try to get back together, don't. The only girl group that I'm looking for is Destiny's Child Reunion. That's it. Other than that, keep it pushing. And then we get introduced to Bobby Lights, Trina's cousin. He's a gay rapper, which when you listen to his music on the show, he actually sounds pretty good. And it's unfortunate that him being a gay artist, he doesn't get the play that a straight artist would get. Because, like I said, he sounds really good from what the music that I've heard from him. Um, I find it unfortunate that Trina doesn't really support her cousin, but she will support Miami Tip Drill. And unfortunately, when they said Miami Tip, I'm like, who is Miami Tip? I've never heard of her. But then you go and look at Tip Drill, the girl who was on the stripper pole and fell down fucked her face up. I think it is, like I said, I think it's unfortunate that Trina supports her music as opposed to her cousin's music. But once you see Bobby when he went to Trina's, Trick and Trina when they performed, when he went to her after party, the way that he acted toward her assistant, I kind of see why Trina is the way that she is toward him because Bobby is a hothead. Like nigga pops off at a drop of a dime. But like I said, he's very talented. If he can just control that temper and whatnot, Bobby can actually can succeed in this industry because he can. I mean, look at Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean came out as a bisexual man, and he did good for himself with his first album. The second album, I love it, but it didn't. It wasn't his best album to me. So we get introduced to the Queen of Miami, none other than Miss Trina. So she is performing with Trick Daddy. And like I said, after the party, her cousin Bobby comes up. They have a big discussion about his attitude and this and that. And if you looked at that whole interaction with Bobby and her assistant Alvin, that shit was fucking hilarious. The way that Alvin was just looking at him, giving him all those side eyes and all those looks and stuff, I thought it was fucking hilarious. Like I said, and like I said earlier, I can absolutely see why Trina feels the way that she feels about Bobby because again, Bobby is a hothead, and then the fact that he keeps calling Trina's assistant, one of her minions, I think, like Trina said to him, that was disrespectful because he would not want somebody to call him out of his name, and we saw that when Miami Tip invited Bobby out to lunch with Trina and Alvin. Bobby and Miami walk in, Miami hugs Trina, and then they sit down, and then Bobby and Alvin start getting into it with each other, and Bobby tells Alvin tells Bobby that you just want to be where I am with Trina, and Bobby said, no, you just that you can't be her blood and stuff like that, and then they just start arguing out of nowhere, and then out of nowhere, Bobby just grabs a glass and just throws a glass at Alvin, and I'm like, and then Alvin just hops on the table. I'm like, God damn, it's episode 1, and these niggas are already fighting with each other, but that's true love and hip hop for you. And then security escorts Bobby outside of the restaurant, and then Trina goes outside and talks to Bobby. And, again, with that whole conversation with Bobby and Trina, I really dug what Trina was saying to him. Initially when I was looking at it, I was like, damn, I don't know how I feel about Trina because at first I felt like she was, she's up here and Bobby's down here. But, just listening to that conversation, it's not that she's up here and he's down here. It's that I think she wants to see him succeed. I just think that his attitude is what gets in the way of him being successful because you can't be going around popping off on everybody for no apparent reason or just because I don't like, whatever. Like with those two, it's something deeper with Bobby and Alvin. Maybe we'll find out later this season. Um, so that's pretty much it. So I know I probably rambled throughout this video. And if anyone is watching this video, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. And also in the comment section, leave any comments for me, like good, bad, or indifferent, what I can do better, what I can work on, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.